Hello friends, welcome to the English class once again. Today, once again, we are going to study the first lesson of class 12 English FL, but it is named as The Last Lesson by Alphonse Daudet. So far, we have seen that Franz has already reached the classroom and he described so many things which he found in the unusual class that day. Let us begin from this line. Then from one thing to another, M. Hamel went on to talk of the French language, saying that it was the most beautiful language in the world, the clearest, the most logical, that we must guard it among us and never forget it. Because when people are enslaved, as long as they hold fast to their language, it is as if they had the key to their prison. So on that day, Hamel, the teacher, Mr. M. Hamel, was talking about the French language. So how French language, in his opinion, the French language is the most beautiful language in the world. French language is the clearest, the most logical language. He feels that they must guard among them and they must not forget it. Because when people are enslaved, then how to come out from this slavery? So our mother tongue is the only mean to come out from the slavery. He feels that mother tongue is the only key to come out from the slavery. M. Hamel praises their mother tongue, French, and he considered that French language is the most logical, the clearest, the most beautiful among all in the world. And he feels that mother tongue is the only key to set oneself free from the prison of slavery. If you know your mother tongue well, you can't be dominated by anyone. Next line. Then he opened the grammar and read us our lesson. Then he took the topic of grammar and taught them something in that grammar. I was amazed to see how well I understood it. Franz was amazed to see how he understood each and everything thoroughly, which was taught by his teacher, Mr. M. Hamel. All he said seemed so easy, so easy. So today he feels that whatever was being taught to him was very easy for him to understand. I think too that I had never listened so carefully and that he had never explained everything with so much patience. Two things Franz tells us. That first thing is that he had never listened to his teacher so carefully. But today he had listened to his teacher so carefully. That's why he could understand each and every details thoroughly. And second thing he says that his teacher had explained everything with more patience than usual. So in these lines, Franz tells us that describes that day's teaching learning process and how patiently Hamel taught and how carefully Franz listened to him. That language looks very easy to understand. Next line. It seemed almost as if the poor man wanted to give us all he knew before going away and to put it all into our heads at one stroke. So Franz feels one more thing in that unusual lesson that day. He says that, so he addressed his teacher, Mr. M. Hamel, as a poor man because it was the last day for the teacher too. And from the next day, they are going to learn the German language. Franz feels that his teacher wanted to give each and every details of the language that day itself. And the teacher would like to complete the language lessons in one go and on that day only. After the grammar, we had a lesson in writing. That day, M. Hamel had new copies for us, written in a beautiful round hand, France Alsace, France Alsace. So after the grammar lesson, M. Hamel gave new notebooks to the whole class, in which it was written France France Alsace very nicely. They looked like little flags floating everywhere in the schoolroom, hung from the rod at the top of our desk. So those new books, so how did they look? So they looked like little flags floating everywhere in the schoolroom. So here they feel that France feels that the whole classroom is full of patriotism. You ought to have seen how everyone set to work and how quiet it was. France observed that everyone has started their work very peacefully and quietly. The only sound in this line, the only sound was the scratching of the pens over the paper. The class was so silent that Franz could listen to only the sound of scratching of the pens. So here, the classroom is silent and the classroom is full of patriotism. Once some beetles flew in, but nobody paid any attention to them, not even the littlest ones, here pigeons, who walked right on pressing their fishhooks as if that was French too. So Franz tells us that during the class, it happened that some beetles means insects, they were flying in the classroom, but nobody paid any attention to them as they were engrossed in their work. Even the pigeons did not pay any attention. They were also busy with their work. They were also learning that French language peacefully. So in this line, Franz tells us that no one looked at the insects flying in the class as they were engrossed in learning their language, not even the pigeons who were busy in scratching with their claws. It shows as if the pigeons were also engrossed in learning French. Next line, on the roof, the pigeons cooed very low. Cooed, that's a voice made by pigeons. And I thought to myself, will they make them sing in German, even the pigeons? So here Franz thought, if the pigeons would be made to speak German instead of chopping coo by the Prussians. Next line, on the roof, the pigeons cooed very low, and I thought to myself, will they make them sing in German, even the pigeons? So here Franz thought, if the pigeons would be made to speak German instead of chopping coo by the Prussians. So these two districts were occupied by the Prussians, and they made them to learn German from the day after or from the next day. These villagers will be made to learn German language instead of their mother tongue French. So here Franz tells us that even the peasants were made to speak German instead of their chopping sound of coo. Next line, whenever I looked up from my writing, I saw M. Hamel sitting motionless in his chair and gazing first at one thing, then at another, as if he wanted to fix in his mind just how everything looked in the little classroom. So, hey, આવી ગયું તો બીજા ટીચરનો
લેપટોપ લઈને અંદર તારા ભાઈ સ્ક્રીન રેકોર્ડરમાં જ બનાવે બધા વિડિયો ફાઇન મસ્ત
તો પ્રેઝન્ટેશન મારું આની અંદર એમ
બધું
કઈ નહીં મને ફાવી ગયેલું એટલે હું આની અંદર કરું
આ તો ખાલી કહું ફટાફટ પતી જાય
ઓકે then I will close the door. અત્યારે રેકોર્ડિંગ ચાલુ છે શું આપણું વધારે અંદર રેકોર્ડિંગ Next line. Whenever I looked up from my writing, I saw M. Hamel sitting motionless in his chair and gazing first at one thing, then at another, as, as if he wanted to fix in his mind just how everything looked in that little school room. So Franz tells us that whenever he looked up for his writing, he must be copying from the board. He saw that M. Hamel was sitting motionless in his chair. Sometimes he was gazing at one thing and then the another thing. So he feels that, Franz feels that his teacher wanted to fix in his mind just how everything looked in that little classroom or schoolroom. So here, his teacher, M. Hamel, wanted to infuse the memories of the class in his mind by this kind of gesture, by looking at one thing and another. Fancy. For 40 years, he had been there in the same place, with his garden outside the window and his class in front of him, just like that. Only the desk and benches had been worn smooth. The walnut trees in the garden were taller, and the hope vine that he had planted himself twined about the windows to the roof. So, in this line, he says, Franz tells fancy. His teacher, M. Hamel, had been teaching the same class for 40 long years. He observed his garden, which was being looked after by the teacher. The class was there in front of him. He observed the desk and benches which had been worn out. That means they became smooth of being overused. He also observed the walnut trees in the garden, which are now taller, and the hope vine also. He had planted himself this hope vine, and the branches are now twisted, and they have reached above the windows to the roof. So here the class is the same, but the appearance is changed. So Franz feels that his teacher must be observing the whole class, and the class remains the same for the teacher, but the appearance is changed. Next line, how it must have broken his heart to leave it all, poor man, to hear his sister moving about in the room above, packing their trunks, for they must leave the country next day. How it must have broken his heart to leave it all, poor man. Franz once again addressed his teacher as poor man. He can understand the mental position of his teacher. So he feels that his teacher is already broken. It was very difficult for him to leave this classroom where he had been teaching for long 40 years. Franz can hear his sister moving about in the room above. So here, his teacher M. Hamel was staying just above the classroom. There is a room in which he was staying with his sister, and his sister is busy in packaging their luggage. And that's why Franz tells us that he could listen to the sound of the movement of the bags. So they are preparing to set out or to leave this place, for they must leave the country next day, and they are going to leave the country next day. So here Hamel controlled his feelings of sorrow, but he had the courage to hear every lesson to the very last. After the writing, we had a lesson in history, and then the babies chanted their ba, be, bi, bo, bu. So in this paragraph, Hamel tries to control himself and control his feelings also, as it was the last lesson for him. So after the writing, they had a lesson in history, and then they studied the alphabets. And you know, babies are shouting or chanting the letters of alphabets loudly. So in the same way, here also, the villagers along with the students started chanting their ba, be, bi, bo, boo. In a way, the students behaved like babies and they were learning their language. Down there at the back of the room, old Hauser had put on his spectacles and holding his primer in both hands, spelled the letters with them. So in the lesson, we have seen that the old Hauser had come to attend the last lesson, and he had also brought the primer, that means the basic book, to learn any language. So he had put on his spectacles and he is holding his primer in both hands, and he started spelling the letters with the whole class. You could see that he too was crying. His voice trembled with emotion, and it was so funny to hear him that we all wanted to laugh and cry. So here Franz tells us that we could also, that they could see that Hauser was also crying, and his voice was mixed with emotions. It looks funny, and they wanted to laugh also, but they wanted to cry also. So here in this line, we find the mixed emotions. Oh, how well I remember it, that last lesson. So Franz can never forget this last lesson. Next line. All at once, the church clock struck 12. Then the Angelus. So here, Franz tells us that the church clock struck 12. That it suggests that the prayer song is, it suggests the prayer song cut here. Wait. Next line. All at once, the church clock struck 12, then the Angelus. That means the prayer song began when the church clock struck 12. So Franz realized the time at the time. So at the same moment, the trumpets of the Prussians returning from drill sounded under our windows. So at the same time, Franz heard the sound of trumpets which were being played by the Prussians. It suggests that they were returning from their drill, and that sound was uh, coming closer to them. So here Franz feels that the class is also about to end. M. Hamel stood up, very pale in his chair. So as soon as they heard the drilling sound, okay, the Prussian soldiers, they were coming closer to the class. So M. Hamel stood up. Now he's out of color. We can say he is full of sorrow. I never saw him look so tall. Franz observed that he was looking very tall on that day. Next line, my friends said but something choked him. He could not go on. Once again, his teacher M. Hamel started, and he started speaking, my friends, but he became emotional and he could not continue his speech. Then he turned to the blackboard, took a piece of chalk, and bearing on with all his might, he wrote as large as he could, Vive la France. Then he turned to the blackboard, so he could not continue his speech. So M. Hamel turned to the blackboard, he took a piece of chalk and started writing with whatever courage he had. And he wrote as large as, that means however large the blackboard. So he wrote and he could write Vive la France, means long live France. So writing this line, once again he praises his country, and it also shows the patriotism in him. Then he stopped and leaned his head against the wall, and without a word, he made a gesture to us with his hand. So he stopped writing also. He leaned his head against the wall, and without a word, he signaled to all the students. And what was that signal? Students can leave the class now. And in the last line, the school is dismissed, you may go. So here the chapter ends. Thank you very much.